G'day, Decrypting Crypto Facebook group. Welcome to another live stream. I'm here today with my co-host, as usual, Wasim. How are you, my friend?
Good, mate. Good. How are you? How's your day? How's your week been this week so far?
Mate, it's been great till obviously we just saw some bad news by the Reserve Bank of Australia, which we're going to share with everyone on stream. Having two mortgages myself, I'll be definitely feeling the pinch in these upcoming months. So, yeah, we've got so much in store for you guys today. We've got news on whales buying ETH and Bitcoin. So, is the bottom in? We don't know yet, but we've got plenty of things to share with you. So, I think Wasim's going to start us off, and we will start with the news highlights.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Matty. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending where you are joining us, guys. Unfortunately, today's news is not starting with any great news. The Reserve Bank of Australia has decided to lift interest rates by another 50 basis points. So it's now up to 1.35. Now, what that means is, depending on how big your mortgage is, it's anywhere between $137 and what does it say? $130 and $273 extra a month, which is including the previous interest rates we've had over the past few months. If you've got $1 million mortgage, that's over $665 extra a month. If you've got a $500,000 mortgage, that's $333 a month. So, Australians are really starting to feel the pinch, and we are expecting the banks in there, as they usually do, to pass that over 100% over to the borrowers. On the other hand, they haven't passed all the interest rate increases to the savers. So it's funny how that happens, right? So that's from the banks. Now, in better news, what we are also seeing is a lot of the crypto whales. So, people holding Ethereum, over 100 Ethereum to 100,000 Ethereum, they are really are buying the dip right now. They're accumulating as much ETH as they can because they know the future that's coming, and these guys usually have the alpha on price action. So we're seeing a lot of this happening. We're also seeing an increase in the number of Ethereum wallets holding ETH, and interestingly enough, XRP interaction is spiking at the moment. So there is some movement happening right now. What does that mean? We don't know. In other news, the third largest Bitcoin wallet has also spent over $102 million on Bitcoin just this month. Now, imagine being able to spend that. This guy's got something like 130,000 Bitcoin or something. It's the largest wallet outside of exchange wallets. And this whale is just buying more and more Bitcoin. So I think his current Bitcoin wallet is worth something like $2.5 billion. Imagine being able to have that kind of money to spend on Bitcoin. So good on him. Good to see that. Moving on, the next one that we have is yes, the U.S. governor. So U.S. governor has signed off a bill in New Hampshire to sign off a bill to make a crypto-friendly legislation into law to take advantage of the booming technology. So we're starting to see more and more states in the United States looking at Bitcoin and becoming more friendly to Bitcoin. This is just one step towards the whole of the United States doing that. In this particular one, exempts the developers, sellers, facilitators of exchanges of an open blockchain token from certain securities law. So in America, there's always big debate on whether a crypto is a security or a commodity, and this is just another step forward to exempting some cryptos from being securities. Next up, we have Coinbase looking to increase their exposure in Europe and their hold in Europe and their business in Europe. Even though Coinbase, not Bitcoin, Coinbase has laid off about 18% or so, 1,100 of their employees over the past few months. They still said that they're still going to continue growing, continue going to new to new areas, new markets, I should be saying. And they also said that they did this back in the last bear market where they opened up in the UK, and this has paid off quite well for them. So even though we are in a crypto winter and a lot of companies are struggling, there's still a lot of movement, companies pushing forward. You know what the old saying, diamonds are made under pressure. And right now, a lot of crypto companies are feeling the pressure, and those that are going to make it through will flourish through the next bull run. Senator Indra Kempis proposes making Bitcoin a legal tender in Mexico. Now, this is also huge news because Mexico is quite a large country, and they've got something like 67 million people who do not have access to basic banking. You know, we take basic banking as for granted. Most of us, our children have bank accounts, we have bank accounts, but in developing countries, that's not always the case. And in Mexico, it's one of those places where a large portion of the population don't have access to basic banking, and they are now looking at Bitcoin and making a legal tender. This is more proof and evidence that Bitcoin is for freedom. Bitcoin allows more financial inclusion. Bitcoin is going to allow many, many people who have been pushed out of the traditional financial system to have access to it and be able to transact on a worldwide basis. So, I was hoping, or I was thinking that maybe Brazil was going to be the first large country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender, but it looks like the race is on between Brazil and Mexico. So it's great to see what's happening in Latin America. They really, really are having massive adoption in cryptocurrencies, and they're going to flourish in the future, in my opinion. Over to you, Matty.
Thank you, Wasim. Wasim, would you mind taking control of StreamYard? My mouse has gone busted.
Okay, no worries.
All right, we're going to head over to the Twitter highlights, guys. We're going to start off, if I can change tabs. Of course, what can go wrong will go wrong on live streams. Let me see if my mouse can reconnect. But the first Twitter is from Stephen Elric, and hopefully I can get it up soon. And I can't get it up. But basically, the tweet says, Voyagers, today we made a difficult decision to temporarily suspend trading, deposits, withdrawals, and loyalty rewards. There we go. I'm back, guys. I'm back. So basically, Voyager now is, I guess, the third largest company after, Three Arrows and Celsius to, start defaulting and start, talking about halting withdrawals for their clients, which is a really big red flag. And we've talked about this multiple times on previous live streams that the bear market really makes the cream rise to the top. And what we mean by that is basically those companies that have sound fundamentals, sound balance sheets, great people working for them, making sure they're not over-risking, over-leveraging themselves, not exposing themselves too much, are going to survive. Now, these guys are obviously sending an issue of notice of default to Three Arrows Capital because they apparently owe them over 15,000 BTC. So they're obviously pursuing legal action over this. Now, Three Arrows Capital suffered heavy losses from the Terra collapse and filed for bankruptcy. So this is basically a contagion where companies that have bad fundamentals are getting flushed out. And this happens every bear market, like I just mentioned, and only the strongest will survive. Moving on to Lark Davis, another crypto lender, this time one named Vault, has halted withdrawals. So this is the fourth. Okay, these guys aren't too big, but their CEO, Darshan, flagged that the company has seen significant customer withdrawals since June 12th, totaling 198 million, and they've faced challenges due to volatile market conditions, and therefore, they're having to halt withdrawals because this is going to then, create them to fault on a lot of their loans, a lot of their leverage, and this is not great news for the entire space. That's why bear markets tend to go between 6 and 18 months. This might be longer because we are entering a possible recession worldwide. So obviously, this is going to be the first time that we see how the crypto market navigates a recession because it was built through the of 7, 8, and 9. So this is going to be a really interesting time. This is going to be an eye-opener. And if Bitcoin, and I'm sure it will, survive this, then it's going to really flourish the entire space, the crypto markets. I'm really looking forward to that. Next tweet is from Ben Armstrong. This is BitBoy Crypto. Hopefully it comes up. Looks like I'm having a bit of a lag. So you should be operating as if all crypto exchanges are insolvent. Nothing would surprise me at this point. So basically what he's saying is that even big exchanges are at risk of insolvency. Now, the best way to protect yourself is taking self-custody, having a hard wallet, Ledger, Nano, or Trezor. There's plenty out there. But basically, you have heard the phrase, if you've been in crypto for a long time, not your keys, not your wallet. If you are not trading, all your tokens, unless you are buying or selling, should remain off exchanges. It is a hassle. I understand that. I've been in the space for a long period of time. I'm probably not using my hardware wallet as often as I should. But when you see companies default, it makes you think, hey, I really should be keeping my coins off exchanges just in case they get locked away, like 3 Arrows, Celsius, Voyager, and now the other one we mentioned just before, Vault. The next tweet that we have is from Altcoin Daily. They're talking about exit fiat, let Bitcoin enter you. Now, obviously, the best time to convert your fiat into Bitcoin is now when there's blood in the streets, but this is obviously not financial advice. Now, the psychology of the market is we're technically in the capitulation stage, right? I don't think we're really at the anger or depression phase. I feel like people are still very positive about Bitcoin. We haven't really collapsed into 4 figures. But I think if we collapse the 4 figures, that's going to create a lot of panic. And that's going to give myself, and I know the whole team here at Breakout Solutions, some great buying opportunities because we believe in this. We believe in this technology. We believe in this asset class. It's proven itself to do really well over the course of 10 years, which is amazing. And I think this is just, like always, a little speed bump in the road. Lastly, we have Bitcoin Archive talking about Bitcoin is about to close minus 40% in June, the worst month ever. So this was from a couple of days ago. Bitcoin did close down quite like its largest down month in a long time. A lot of people see this, especially, maybe long-term investors that are coming from Wall Street, so old school guys see this as a negative. But people like Warren Buffett, for example, they buy their stocks when there's blood in the streets. Okay, they make their millions and billions buying great companies or great stocks in the bear market, and then they see those amazing gains when we come out through the other side. It's always hard to pick the bottom. That's why we always talk about dollar cost averaging and things like that. But if there's something to really learn from these guys that have made millions and billions, is to really follow what they are doing. And obviously they've talked many times about when they see huge drawbacks on assets, it's the best time for them to enter. Alrighty, so that is it for the Twitter highlights. Looks like I'm back running things once again, and we're now over to the adoption highlights. Over to you, Wasim.
Thank you, Matty. Thank you, guys. Okay, so 51% of Latin Americans have successfully completed a cryptocurrency transaction. So a recent report by MasterCard has shown that Latin America is again in the news with crypto adoption, showing that it's a fertile ground when it comes to adopting new payment systems. The report showed that 51% of consumers have already made transactions involving cryptocurrencies. This is because there's a lot of economic situations and roadblocks for these consumers when it comes to access to traditional financial services like bank accounts, even simple savings account, and they are looking for ways in which they can go around that. So it's we're seeing Latin America really taking on cryptocurrency taking Latin America by storm. So it's exciting to see what's going to happen in the future. The next one is El Salvadorian high school students can now earn a Bitcoin diploma. So we're starting to see now that countries that are adopting Bitcoin, like El Salvador, are doing so many great things for the youth. As we know, even in Western countries, there isn't a lot of financial education at schools and universities. People don't understand how money works. They don't understand how to save. They don't understand any of that stuff. They have to go out and learn it themselves. In El Salvador, they have now, they're starting a vocational program with Bitcoin. It's like a Bitcoin diploma. There's about 10 modules in there of understanding what Bitcoin is, understanding the fiat system, understanding the problems of the fiat system, how they can utilize Bitcoin, how to create a wallet, how to transfer a wallet, how to back up or how to recover a wallet from backup, and all of this kind of stuff. And young students are learning this so they can have the skills and be empowered when they enter the workforce. So good on you, El Salvador, for leading the way in Bitcoin adoption. Definitely one of my favorite countries right now, and definitely a country to be on the lookout for. So moving over, the second largest US electric power company is now apparently considering mining Bitcoin. So the reason why we're seeing this is, one thing we've got to understand is when they make energy, when they make electricity, when they make anything else, there's a lot of energy waste that goes out, whether they're making fuel, whether they're making electricity, there's a lot of waste that doesn't actually get to us. Now, a lot of these companies now can use this waste instead of polluting the environment and putting out in the ozone layer, they can use this wasted energy to mine Bitcoin and grow the Bitcoin network and obviously grow the Bitcoin adoption. So it's great to see that from another US energy, Duke Energy, looking at doing that. So good on them for doing that. And the last one for today is 1 million Argentinians will be added to the Bitcoin Lightning Network. So for those of you that don't know, the Bitcoin Lightning Network is a layer 2 network on Bitcoin. And what it does is because Bitcoin has been around since 2009, the technology has developed so much, and because of the adoption, the original Bitcoin blockchain can't process the transactions fast enough and cheaply enough. So the layer 2 upgrade is an upgrade on the Bitcoin blockchain, which has a lot more transactions and makes it much more faster. Did I just say much more faster? It makes it a lot more faster. And what we're seeing is Lemon Cash in Latin America, which is a fintech company, and it's well known for its digital wallet and cryptocurrency exchange. Now will begin supporting Lightning Network. So, Argentina is one of those countries where they do have high inflation, and more people are turning to cryptocurrency as a store of value, specifically Bitcoin. As we always say, Bitcoin is the king of crypto, and it will probably be for the foreseeable future. And now they're allowing over 1 million people to be able to get onto the Lightning Network in a heartbeat and be able to transact much faster and much cheaper than usual. That's it from me. Over to you, Maddie, for the market analysis.
Thank you, Wasim. Alrighty, guys, this is our last section before we bring on some special guests. I see them in the waiting room, which is awesome to see. We have some special guests regarding NFTs, so please stick around if you're into NFTs. We're going to be talking about an amazing new project that we are partnering up with, and they're coming on right after I'm talking about the market analysis. So Bitcoin still doing its thing. It's currently forming what's called a bear pennant, which is basically a flagpole followed by like a bit of a flag right here. From what I can see, things are kind of looking a little bit bleak, even though we've sort of had a bit of a $1,000 sort of pump over the last sort of 24 hours. I'm seeing a lot of bearish divergences. So on the RSI, you can see that currently price is still creating a lower high, but we've created a higher high on the RSI. So what this normally means, this is called a hidden bearish divergence, not a regular bearish divergence. It's not usually as strong, but this is basically telling me that we will probably find resistance either close to the top of this triangle trend line, and we might bounce around here until we sort of break further down. Things are telling me we're still not sort of out of the woodwork. I don't believe this is the bottom, but this is obviously just my personal opinion. If we do go in a little bit closer, let's just say the 4 hour, I do see, like I said, a bit more resistance here. We still have some red money flow. I see that we're going to potentially create a bit of a red dot here in the not too distant future. And if you kind of look at what these red dots mean, these waves with the red dots, when we are in red money flow, you can kind of see that we do get a bit of selling occurring. So I think that if we're lucky to reach 21,000, obviously I think it's going to roll over and come back down to the bottom trend line right about here. So that is it for today's market analysis. I'm now going to bring Wasim back on. We're going to bring in the team from WolfBoss. How are you guys?
Hi guys.
How you going? Thanks for having us.
Hey guys, nice to see you again.
Yeah, you too.
So, guys, thank you for being our guest today. Obviously, we've spoken to you guys multiple times via FaceTime, via email, and we really like your project. I will bring up your website right now so we can share that with the people watching. But we've got a couple of questions for you guys today. And yeah, I guess, Wasim, do you want to start off with your first question?
Sure. First of all, guys, thank you for joining us. Excited to be partnering up. And for those of you guys that are watching, we are going to have a full AMA with WolfBoss. So stay tuned for that. We'll send out a registration link, and we'll have probably a full hour with them. We can ask them a lot more questions. We just got 3 simple questions today because we obviously time constrained here. First one is, how did you guys come up with this idea of WolfBoss?
Okay, well,
Yeah, I think I should reply.
Yeah, so WolfBoss, we wanted to create a strong digital identity. You know, with all the NFTs, there's a lot of apes, a lot of everything like this, and you know, we wanted to just kind of show that strength and be able, allow people to be able to utilize this in a digital sense. So to have that kind of strength behind the character, and wolf is such, you know, a notorious kind of creature in this realm, and everything.
Even sound like a wolf of
the Wolf of Wall Street,
Wall
you know,
Street,
kind of
yeah.
that financial
That's
situation, definitely an inspiration. And yeah, just really a strong digital identity, and the wolf we felt like was a pretty badass kind of character and something we can definitely grow. And a lot of people, you know, love the whole everything around wolves. They're just badass in general. That's pretty much why. And Maria's talented, and you know, we had this. She's the artist of the project and had this kind of idea, and she brought it to life with a lot of different, you know, kind of stages. Like, does this one work? This one, and then yeah, she just came up with WolfBoss, and we're super stoked. And it's kind of funny, quirky, badass at the same time. So yeah, that's kind of how we came up with WolfBoss.
So we know you've got a lot of things in the woodwork, but I guess what makes your project unique? I know there's a game coming out. You guys have partnered with, was it Unify? What was the gaming company? I forget the name.
So there's not really a game at the moment. We're more so looking at integration into other platforms. So we work with Unity, the game engine, and then this, so we implemented all the WolfBoss characters into this prior to, you know, to even just in the early stages. We just wanted to make sure the character worked within the game engine, everything like that, and we used a humanoid rig to kind of to make it simplistic to integrate WolfBoss into other platforms, because a humanoid rig, you know, it's a standard rigging system for game engines, and obviously it's got a wolf head, human body, so that's allowed.
Yeah, it works for a lot of games.
Yeah, and we've also worked with Nifty Island, which is a blockchain game, and then this allows us to link metadata. So say all the traits, say if he's wearing a specific coat or a piece of jewelry, all this is linked through metadata, and this is already going to be implemented straight away into Nifty Island. So they're doing their beta launch, and this is what we're working on adding in, and working on new partnerships with other platforms, everything like this. But it's a cool sphere, and to be able to use an NFT in an actual on another platform, not just like you have it on your OpenSea wallet, everything like that, to be able to actually use him in the metaverse or, you know, digital sense, is a definitely strong point on the WolfBoss.
Yeah, okay. Now, we don't want to give away too much because we have an AMA with you guys next Wednesday. And guys, if you're in this group, we're going to make this open for you guys as well. We will post the registration link for that AMA next week. But I want to ask you one last question before we let you guys go. Maybe tell us in a few short words or dot points, what are the benefits are going to be for the NFT holder? What can they do with this NFT? Obviously, you're integrating in some games, but what are some other things? Maybe just 1 or 2 things, because we don't want to reveal too much, because we want to sort of leave that for the AMA. But maybe give the guys watching today, what are some of the things that they'll be able to use their NFT for?
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, well, games is one of them, definitely. This is like one of our main focuses was to, focus in on the games, because that's just pretty much where NFTs need to go. And also we're with the holders, so we're doing kind of a percentage of dividends as well in various investments that we're making and softwares that we're developing. So holders will get the kind of benefits out of that as we kind of dive deeper into Web3. And yeah, I guess we've also got a pretty strong community. We're super stoked. Everyone's so supportive in there. There's no FUD, which is amazing. This is something that we really wanted to focus in on and like kind of have a nice, strong community. Everyone there's into crypto, into NFTs. And there'll be different kind of events happening with them and like for all the community token holders. So that's a strong point. Also, token holders, like in the initial mint, there's some USDT linked, or like some ETH actually.
Yeah, but maybe about it we will talk later on our AMA, right?
Yeah.
So we want to reveal everything.
Yeah, let's not reveal everything. Let's leave that for the AMA. But yeah, I think we've covered a lot. I've dropped your website in the comments below this video, guys. So feel free to go check out wolfboss.io, join their Discord. Jump into their Discord so you can mint their NFT, so you can get whitelisted. And we'll be sure to share the registration link for the AMA next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Well, Ash and Maria, thank you so much for joining us, guys. We look forward to seeing you guys next Wednesday for the AMA. And we think your project's got some really good and cool tools that I'm looking forward to use. So well done. And we can't wait to see the mint in the coming months. Yeah, thank you so much. And also, just a final note on that. Yeah, it was on the Ethereum blockchain. So we've decided to focus on Ethereum. So and 4444 collection. So not a whole bunch. Not everyone's gonna be able to get a WolfBoss, but that's the whole point, isn't it? So it's kind of right. Yeah, thank you so much. Super stoked.
Thanks, guys.
And thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.
Guys, make sure you do attend when we send out the registration link to the AMA, because we will be giving away some giveaways there, including some whitelist places. So make sure you attend there, because our members will get obviously early access whitelist to be able to get in on that. So thank you very much to the WolfBoss team. Thank you for joining us. We're looking forward to seeing you guys next week.
Awesome. Yeah, guys. And finally from us, if you have not yet registered for our free course, Decrypting Crypto, if you're new to the space, you're unsure how to get in, why you should get in, feel free to jump on that website below, decryptingcrypto.com, get your free account, log in, check out what we do, and you'll also see some of our products and services such as 1K a Day Club, Millionaire Club, Billionaire Club that might interest you in the future as well. Any final words from you, Wasim?
Yeah, guys, we are holding a expert event this Thursday at 11 a.m. as part of the Decrypting Crypto package. So we bring in experts externally, and we are bringing in Bill Davis, who's an ex-vice president of 2 national banks in America. He's also worked for the Federal Reserve Bank as a bank examiner. So there's a lot of knowledge that he's going to give us from inside the banking world and how they work and how they make their money and what they do with their customers and bank mergers and all that kind of stuff. Over 20 years of experience. We're so excited to have him. Jump on Decrypting Crypto, jump in the Slack community, get your registration link, and we want to see you guys there this Thursday morning at 11 a.m.
That's it from us, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great week, and we'll see you Friday for the next episode of Decrypting Crypto.
Thank you. Peace out.